Welcome to video 3 of Host Agency Reviews' Wix website tutorial. It's a little bit of a mouthful for me. So I have good news for you. The hardest part is behind you. Most of creating your site is adding and editing sections. Since you now know how to do that, the rest is easy peasy. So let's add some pages. First off, you'll notice that even though I don't have any pages yet, I have menu bar items. So if you choose to do a scrolling website where everything is on one page, it'll create menu bar items out of your sections. So if I were to preview this and click Contact, you see it's all on the one page and it just scrolls down to the Contact section. But once I create a page, it'll create menu bar items out of those pages instead of the sections. So let's go ahead and add a page. Go up here to the menu bar and do Add, select Page. And again, it's very similar to adding a section because really all a page is a new page with a section on it. So as you can see, Wix is recommending pages just like it recommended sections based on the business choice that I made, which was travel agency or travel agent. I'm going to, I'd like to add a trip quote page. So I'll click that one. And now I get my design options just like the sections. So I'll scroll through and you know what? I like these vertical ones. So I'll click that. And again, it gives me all these lovely pop-ups to encourage me. Thank you. And it's created a new page. As you can see, the menu bar has changed. So now it shows the pages I have, which is only home page and trip quote page. And the trip quote page just has a section on it. So I can edit the content now. The trip quote does have a form, which is nice because Wix has a built-in form generator. And if you'd like to edit it, you just go into Edit, and you're able to change up any of the information. And form settings will let you change where the email goes to and the button name. The form name. All right, there we go. We've created one page. We're on a roll. Let's create another one here. Let's see. I want one about traveling tips. Ooh, I'm a sucker for circle images. Let's do it. And just like the other sections we've been working with, we see Design and Edit in the upper left-hand corner. And much like that My Services section we were working with on the home page, we have list items here that we can go in and edit, so we can change the images and the link where it's going to and all that good stuff. One thing I do want to make sure I point out is that this is just dummy text. It looks fantastic and it's a great way to see what your site will look like when it's up and running. But if I were to go into preview mode here and click on, say, Read More, it doesn't go anywhere because there is no blog post or page connected to it. So once you're done setting up the structure of your website with this tutorial, make sure you go back and fill it with your own content. All right, let's add one more page just for good measure, and let's do an About. I'm going to just choose this basic one right here. We're actually going to put a video in, just because we haven't done that before. And I'm going to choose the recommended one because it actually makes sense for an About Me page. And just like the scrolling effects, videos are ones that you can't preview unless you press the preview button. So there we go. Here's my About Me section. All right, so now that we have a couple of pages to play with, I want to organize them. So you do that by clicking the page drop down up here, and you click Site Menu. And so let's say I want travel trips first. Maybe I want About like that. As you can see, it organized the menu bar up here as well. Now when you hover your mouse over a specific page, you get these horizontal dots that give you more options. So you're able to rename a page. You can hide it, which is fantastic if you are working on a page that's not ready for the public yet, or you're not sure if you want to delete a page yet. You can hide it so that it's not visible to people visiting your site. You can also set it as a home page. This is my home page now, so you can see it's got the little home on there. I'm going to change home back to home page. You can also make an item a sub-item. So how you do that is, let's say I want trip quote to be under About. Well, first I have to move it under About, which it already is, and then I create a sub-item out of it. And now it goes under trip quote, and if I go into preview mode here, when I hover over About, I see trip quote underneath it. So that's what it means by subset. If you happen to do that by accident, you can simply go back in and make it a main item as well. This subset feature is great if you have a lot of pages and your menu bar is getting a little unruly. You can start grouping or nesting some pages together so that your menu bar isn't as cluttered. Manage page just brings you right back to where we were. Now on the manage page, we haven't really gone over the options, but there are some overlaps. But this is where you'll also access your page SEO. You can duplicate a page and you can also delete it. Last thing we're going to go over is mobile view. So if you look up here in the top edit bar, we've been editing it in desktop view, which makes sense. But you also want to make sure your website looks great on mobile. As I'm sure you're aware, most of us look at websites on our mobile device. So let's just switch to mobile view here. So here's what my About Me page looks like to a mobile user. Looks pretty good. But you still want to go through and look at all of your pages to see how each one is rendered on a mobile phone. Let's take a look at our home page. So there we are. And so I can scroll through it, everything looks pretty good, and I wouldn't be too surprised if you don't have much to change. Wix has done a really great job with just their responsive design, so it translates well to mobile. But on the off chance, let's say down here, the opening hours seems a little long to me. I don't know if I need it to look like that. So I'm going to click design, and I'm going to choose a different, there we go, I like this. It's kind of compacts it a little bit. And so the nice thing, if I change this on mobile, it doesn't affect the desktop site. So it's a really great way to tweak and hone in on exactly how you want it to look on mobile, but it also doesn't affect the way you had already designed it on desktop. So if I switch back to desktop, we'll see that it kept my opening hours with this design. So I think that's a really neat feature, but it is something you want to keep in mind. If there is a change you're making that you want across the board, you'll need to go back to desktop to make that change. And with that, you can now add, delete, and rearrange pages, as well as edit your site for desktop and mobile users alike. We only have one more video for you, which goes over how to change your overall site design and a few back-end settings. Then we can release you into the wild.